the greatest God damn show on air. I am Paul Clayton, and with me I have my sister Ruby Red. What is going on?
Nothing much, just living life, just working and paying bills. You know me.
I do. I get that completely.
What are you up to?
It looks like you're taller than me, and I don't like it. Call it like fragile masculinity or whatever, but
So I can lean back a little bit.
there we go. Now I'm taller.
Good for you.
Now I look fatter too. Can't have everything.
So how's the weather in Ohio right now?
Flooded last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. No. Thursday night, I think, maybe. I don't know. One of the nights it flooded like right after we got the power back. Like hours after we got the power back. It just started flooding. But yeah, let me go ahead and do a little like journalistic reporting on that. We had a tornado.
Oh
And
shit.
from what I can tell, it's probably the first fucking tornado ever in Cleveland. From everybody, like probably not ever, but like I've talked to people who've been here for 60-something years, and they're like, "There's never been a tornado come through here." We had 3 of them too, and 400,000 people were without power for multiple days. There's still 110,000 people without power as of right now.
That's so sad. That's so terrible. Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't know it was that bad.
Power being out, like people want to be dicks or whatever about the power being out, but like I think everybody forgets that like your food goes bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
After a bit, and that's kind of where the problem is because food's so fucking expensive now. So you're taking like a legit loss if your food goes bad.
Yeah, for sure.
I know somebody who lives down the hall. He said that he went grocery shopping probably 2 or 3 hours before the tornado because nobody knew a tornado was coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he had steaks like in his refrigerator. He was like, "Man, he's about to go back."
Did he cook them?
I think he threw them on the grill. Yeah, for him and his wife.
Fuck yeah! I was gonna say I'd have cooked it.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, but that sucks because like you had to eat all the steaks in one night. Like that's not what you wanted to do.
I think it was just 2 steaks for him and his wife, though. I don't think I don't think he bought like a shitload.
That happened to Mom down here in Louisiana. When Hurricane Ida hit, she had filled like 2 refrigerators full of meat. They all went bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but shit happens.
Yeah. Also, the day the tornado happened was Tuesday. The 6th, I think. That was the first day where dispensaries were allowed to sell recreational marijuana legally. So,
wow.
Guess what I got?
Wow. Marijuana.
Yep, legal marijuana. I'm like somebody I know.
But it tastes better too. But it smokes better.
Not really, because it tastes like I paid $35 for 2.8.
I just got this lighter.
Snoop Dogg.
Yep. Yeah, hell yeah.
Talk about his like rebranding, right? He's like America's grandpa now. And he used to be all about thug life and shit,
Yeah, but we love him.
That's what I'm saying. He's just like, what a rebrand.
Right. Right.
I mean, in a bad way. It's just crazy.
So would America's grandma be Martha Stewart?
I don't think so.
No.
That's America's thug.
I can't deal with you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like I said, the way the world turns around, right?
Oh my god.
Life is a merry-go-round.
You want to hear a crazy story?
Sure.
The other day, a customer in my job kind of got into like a verbal disagreement with another customer. I don't know what about. I think it was cologne, but the guy was clearly on some type of stimulant of some sort. I don't know if he's prescribed. I don't want to assume he's a crackhead, but those were the vibes I was getting. The first guy walks out, and it wasn't even that big of a disagreement. Like, it was just like a disagreement about cologne or something. But the first guy walks out and is kind of heading to his car, and the guy at the bar is like, excuse me one sec, I gotta go get something from my truck. And he goes to his truck and he pulls out a scythe. A fucking scythe. And he like waved it around for a second. And then he pulled out a sword. He put the scythe up, pulled out a sword, and like waved it around for a second. Okay, put that back in his truck, grabbed a leaf blowered our parking lot for us, and then came back inside.
Oh yeah, that's cocaine for sure.
And then he showed me this ring he had bought, and he was like, I'm trying to find my soulmate. And I was like, oh, that's a beautiful ring. And he was like, yeah, I just want to be married. I'm ready to settle down. And I'm like, yeah, well, good luck finding your soulmate or whatever. He ended up tipping me like $17. It was really cool. But
he wants you to be his soulmate for $17.
I think that's what my coworkers were saying, but I don't believe that was the case because he said, can I have your opinion on something? And I was like, yes. And he was like, how does this ring look? And I was like, oh, it's beautiful. I don't think he would, like, if he was trying to propose, he would have proposed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't, everybody's trying to be over the top about things. But meanwhile, he did have a scythe in his truck. You don't know what a scythe is, by the way? A scythe is that thing that the Grim Reaper has. Yeah. It's actually meant for, like, cutting grass. It's not meant to be a weapon, but it got, like, turned into one over a stigma.
I mean, everything's a weapon if you use it right.
That was
or
crazy.
Wrong, I guess, depending on your point of view.
That was crazy shit right there.
No, this is live, not good, Dan. But that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Dude, I got into like almost a fight the other day. You want to hear it? Like it was. I almost fought the whole city. Really, this is like the day after the tornado. So we had been without power for like 36 hours at this point, or whatever, 24, something like that. So like I'm already just like on edge. My baby mama was bickering with me about the arrangements or whatever. So like I'm already on edge. You know that alone, I'm not even gonna go into.
Right.
But I'm on my way to go pick up Jack, and this like dude, probably about your age, not very, like I call him a kid, but he's a grown man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he blows through a stop sign, and I just like throw my hands up. You know what I mean? Like I'm in my car, obviously. And I just throw my hands up, and he gives me like the thumbs up and is like smiling, and I'm like, oh hell no! So I like catch up to his ass, and he sticks his thumb out the window again. I'm like, dude, you need your fucking ass beat. And so he just like puts his car in park, like in the middle of the road. Her hair itchy. I'm new here.
No, I was scrunching it because it's curly. That's how you get it to curl the right way. It's called scrunching.
Scrunching.
But anyway, back to the story.
So he gets out of the car, and I'm not gonna lie to you, he's like my size. Okay. So like he's a pretty big guy, you know what I mean? 6'1", a little heavier set like me.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize he was fucking with the OG, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got out of the car, he was like, we're gonna do something about it. I got out of my car. And he's like, you could just see all the blood like rush out, like leave his face. You know what I mean? Like
because he saw how big you were? Because he saw how tall you were? You're a big motherfucker, bro. Like, I would not want to see you step out. If someone your size stepped out of the car, like after my boyfriend stepped out of the car, I'd be like, babe, get back in the car. Get back in the car right now. Get back in the car. We don't fight those men. No, we don't.
It's so Mom's in the car with me, right? You know, like it's already this dude already fucked up. If I get out of the car and he gets back in the car after he realized he fucked up. So I turn around. I start to turn around, but before I get all the way around, I say, that's what I thought, motherfucker. Mom thought it was him who said it. So mom got out of the car and got up in his face. Like
Damn.
while he's in his car, his windows down, mom's doing this shit, you know. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. Like I had already gotten back in the car. I didn't even realize she was out of the car. You know what I mean? So I turn around and I had to like go drag mom out of like away from him. And he's like, fuck you guys, I don't deal with white trash. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did you piss white trash off? Like and then he just like skirts off.
I love that insult. I was gonna bring that up. That one of my favorite insults is white trash. I love it. It gets under people's skin.
I don't think it. I don't. But the thing is like when you're dealing with somebody who knows they're white trash, it's not the insult you think it is.
Right.
I know I'm white trash. I know that. That's why I'm trying to fight you in the streets right now. Because nobody else got it. Like America was made by the white trash. Okay, people don't realize that. Like it wasn't the classy people throwing the tea in the harbor in Boston. It wasn't the classy people who were like, "Fuck them redcoats, let's go to war." It's always the white trash who always got to settle shit. Have you noticed that?
No,
I
I guess
know I'm white
that
trash. Don't fuck with me. I don't deal with white trash. Well, you sure did try for half a second.
No, I literally just said that the other day. I was like, I am the type of person. I get really pissed off when someone honks at me, even though I don't drive. I don't care if you honk at the person who's driving me. I get pissed off. So like, I'll step out the car, and most of the time, people would just like drive off. But I've come to the conclusion I can't do that. Like, I'll get shot. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
I really don't. It don't really bother me when people honk at me anymore. I get honked at so much. You know what I mean? Because like I'm on the roads 8 to 10 hours a day, so
I don't like honking at me at any point because there are some friendly honks, like, hey, you didn't see the light was green, like honk to let you know the light was green or some shit like that.
right, yeah. What I
But
don't like is when somebody honks at me and the light had been like green for like a millisecond. Like I don't like that. Now, if I'm sitting there fucking around on my phone and you honk at me, I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. But if I'm watching the light and it turns green and then you blow your horn, I'm getting out of my car. We're fighting now. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, that's hilarious.
I didn't even have a chance to take my foot off the brake and put it on the gas before you honked your fucking horn. My foot is in the air while you're honking at me. Like, calm the fuck down. No, I'm not gonna tell all that story. That was a lame story anyway. But I will tell like about an hour after the dude who ran the stop sign, I was going to get pizza because we didn't have no power, so I was just gonna go buy some pizza. Jack's in the car. Now I had already picked up Jack. And this dude in a vest with a clipboard like walks up to us, um, and was like, "Are you guys registered to vote?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And mom's like, "I'm not from here," blah blah blah. And he's just like, "Oh, I thought you guys were from here," blah blah blah. Well, and then I don't know. I guess he wanted to keep asking me questions, and I'm trying to like go. Like I'm already, like I said, I had. I'm in a middle of a fucking dispute with my baby mama. Then that fucking shit with the guy at the stop sign had just happened, and this dude's like steady, like walking up to me and asking me questions. I already said yes, I'm a registered voter, but I don't. I'm not. I'm like walking away from you. Like what energy? I'm already not an approachable person, and then I was pissed off on top of it. You know what I mean? Like you just approached me. Like what says approach me? I don't get people. You ever live stream these wild encounters? No, because like they just happen randomly. I have wild encounters all the time, but I guess I should start GoPro and be honest with you because like I don't know. Um, I'm I people just are always trying me. But I mean, I do carry a gun. I live in Ohio, so like this is a concealed carry state. We don't need a concealed carry license. You can just have your gun like under your shirt. They don't care. But
Jesus.
Anyway, so he asked, he's like, so sir, when was the last time you uh when was the last time you voted? And I just like looked at him, I was like, none of your business. And just like walked away. And then he got all pissed
Who are
off. So
you?
I'm just trying to do my job. And I didn't hear him. I was out of earshot at that point because I'm like walking. I'm trying to get pizza and go home. I'm like, there's no power in the whole city, pretty much. Half the city, I should say. You know, like, so this dude's just like fucking with people and thinking that we're not all gonna have attitudes. Like, get the fuck out of here. And well, you know, so mom started fucking cussing his ass out and shit. I come back, I'm like, what's going on? Mom's out of the car and shit, cussing at him. And she's like, ah, he was fucking cussing in front of Jack and blah blah blah, all this shit. And he's in. So then I started saying, I don't know. I started yelling at him, but I don't even know where he is because I can't see him no more. He's not like in like
The
visibility,
vicinity? Yeah.
right? So I'm just like screaming out into the parking lot.
Like
I'm
a crazy.
pissed off, you know what I mean? And then we see him as we're exiting the parking lot, and he's like, "It's done, it's done." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, now that I know where you're at, I don't got my
Right.
back turned towards you. It's done. Okay."
Jesus. People are
That was a
always so
rough day, man.
aggressive.
Rough couple of days. That's been my week. You know,
It's a rough week, honestly.
fucking all started with the tornado.
No, that's
Did you get
rough.
Did you get to go see Deadpool?
I did.
Let's hear your opinion on it.
Okay, so spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I'm about to talk
It's
about
been
it.
3 weeks. That's on you.
Just saying. Did Disney buy Marvel?
So Disney bought Marvel like a decade ago. Disney also bought Fox back in like 2018. So that's why Deadpool and the X-Men and all that are in the MCU now.
Missed that. So when bro
So you
was
didn't know
like,
this was going to be an MCU movie?
no.
That's funny.
When they said Deadpool and no, well the thing is, I've seen the Deadpool movies, and I know that he's like done a thing or two with the X-Men, right? I didn't know it was gonna be this because this was like,
here's what you really need to see. Obviously, you need to see Logan. You need to see the Deadpool movies.
I didn't watch
But you
Loki.
also need to see Loki.
I didn't watch Loki.
You didn't watch Loki?
No,
Oh,
so
then
like
you're
there
lost
was
as
a
fuck,
big
bro.
part of the movie where I was like,
What's
what the
going on here?
thing on? And honestly, and I've tried. The thing is, I've tried to keep up with, but there's a lot. Like there's a lot of
Loki
lore.
is if anything you've watched since Endgame, anything that you need to watch since Endgame, Loki is very important to the whole thing that's been going on lately. Loki is very important. There's a lot of shit you don't really need to watch, but Loki is really important. I really recommend if you go back and watch Loki, you'll understand a whole lot of what's going on in Deadpool.
No, because you want to know something fucked up? I don't think I watched the end of Logan either.
Yeah,
I didn't know Brad died. I didn't know Brad died. I figured he died because that was kind of like
when he's beating the shit out of the TVA with his fucking skeleton.
no. When I remember the movie came out, didn't it come out in like 2014?
Logan?
Yeah, the last one where he died. Didn't that come out in 2014?
2017.
Okay, so when it came out and I like saw the trailer, it kind of gave me like closure vibes. Like, oh, they're finna kill him for real. I'm not watching it. Like, I don't want to see him die. I don't want to see that. I watched some of it. Like, I think I watched most of the movie, but when it got to the part where he was gonna die, I just turned it off. I was like, I'm not watching him die. I'm not watching it. I get the gist, okay, but I'm not really sure how they killed him. You know, so I was like, okay, well, clearly I'm behind on some of my.
That's what said. He got chest fucked by a tree.
Yeah, okay. And then like Deadpool was breaking the fourth wall every 5 minutes, and you got to keep that movie was so fast. Like, dude, Ryan Reynolds should really be tested for ADHD because holy fuck, that motherfucker talks so much, and you don't even have enough time to laugh at all the jokes he's making, right?
Before he's making a new joke.
Yes. So, I want to say like the first 20 minutes, I was like, when they got to like the void, I was like, this movie, like it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like it was funny. Like I like what they did with Fantastic Four, Johnny. That was fucking hilarious. Right. But when they kind of got into the void, I was like, oh, this is going to be like weird. Okay, we'll see. I did not know that this is going to be a fucking badass movie until Elektra came into the fucking scene, bro. I was like, this is about to be a badass fucking movie. Because who the fuck gets the fucking rejects and puts them all together like that, bro? Like, those are all like... And fucking Channing Tatum as Gambit, bro.
Was hilarious, right?
And I don't think everybody in the crowd caught the reference when Gambit first spoke and Deadpool said, I'm sorry, I haven't watched Sling Blade in a while. I love that fucking movie, bro. That fucking joke almost killed me. I loved it. If y'all haven't seen Sling Blade with fucking, what's his name?
Lucas Black and Dwight Yoakam. No. Lucas, not Dwight. Dwight Yoakam is in it too. Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes, Billy Bob Thornton. You gotta watch it just for like, I don't know, cultural reasons. But the joke was fucking insane. That was a funny fucking joke.
It was
right?
a great reference for a 20-year-old movie.
I love that joke. That was hilarious, dude. And then
that's a reference movie. If you haven't seen absolutely every single Marvel movie, there's a lot of shit you're gonna miss. Like, honestly, because like that's just a straight up, they're just dogging on the whole thing. Like they're being very meta. You know what I mean? Which I love, which is Deadpool's thing, you know, but he had more license now because they're owned by Disney now.
And then Blade.
So.
Blade? What was Blade doing there?
Blade is a Marvel character. You didn't know that?
No. The vampire?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's a Marvel character. Mm-hmm. And did you know that Ryan Reynolds played his sidekick, Wesley Snipes' sidekick in Blade 3? So that's when they were like, that's when
you said retired?
Was like, I don't like you. And then Deadpool was like, yeah, you never did. Because they did not get along in the movie, and Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes were beefing on set during that movie. So, like, it was a whole thing for them to get back together for a few minutes of screen time. You know?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's fucking weird.
And then, and then Channing Tatum saying, I think I might have been born here in the void. And because, like, he was originally supposed to play Gambit, but he was contractually obligated to do G.I. Joe, so they had to, like, cancel that movie. So, and he's been trying to do what Ryan Reynolds was doing with Deadpool for the longest time, is get a movie up and going, and it just has never happened for him. It may now. There's rumors now that Deadpool came out, but yeah.
Did you watch?
Channing Tatum's been trying to play Gambit for years since it's his favorite superhero.
Did you watch that movie with Mom?
No, Mom didn't go.
Oh, I think she liked it, just for the Gambit part, because she likes anything that has to do with like.
She likes Channing Tatum. She would like Gambit and all that, but it's a violent movie, and she just does not jive with violence.
It's not even that violent. That's like fake violence. Okay, when you're watching something like that,
violent.
It's okay, but is it really violent?
Remember when they sucked Johnny Storm's whole fucking skin off of him? That was like fell to the ground into a skeleton.
That was a little wild. But you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's different than I feel like action violence is different than horror violence. Horror violence is like kind of scary and like graphic, but like action violence is kind of like, you feel like it's just CGI. At least to me, it's never been that bad. Like, I'll zone out a lot on fight scenes. Not necessarily the ones.
I'm getting into it when I see fight scenes.
Not necessarily the ones that like are important. I watched the Deadpool Wolverine fights. Those were fucking hilarious. When he was talking about the Odyssey, that was
when they're in the van, dude.
Yes,
greatest fight scene ever, right?
That was the best fight scene I've ever seen in my life. That was this is fucking amazing.
I love it when Wolverine goes in on Deadpool, and Deadpool's just like, I'm gonna fight you now.
Dude, that shit was so deep. When you said you couldn't even make your relationship last with a stripper, I was like, damn. He went there.
It's like, it's God's best joke that you can't die, except it's on all of us. Like, God damn.
And I think Jennifer Garner like took a crack at Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I think that's what that was when she was like, it's all right. Like when they talk about his character dying.
Oh, it was when she was like, "Oh, sorry, Daredevil couldn't be here." She was like, "Yeah, it's all right." That was hilarious. That was funny. I know. I know.
Rough.
They got the same dude for Sabretooth that they had years ago in like one of the
original. Yeah.
X-Men. Why does he look the same? Like hasn't aged a day.
I mean, he's a little grayer now, but
You know what I was always confused about?
Hmm.
What was the name of that Wolverine movie when it had him and his brother?
Oh, Origins. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay, that had Deadpool in it.
Right. And that had Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool.
I remember
And
that.
that's where his original thing came from.
Like,
And he had
what?
always wanted to play Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he got the part finally, and they fucking destroyed it. And so I think that came out in 2010, maybe 2009.
They
And
do
then
Deadpool that for that movie. That was
I
so
don't know,
weird.
like, because studios are in charge and they don't know nothing about IP and stuff like that. So Ryan Reynolds spent the next like 6 or 7 years till 2016 making it his like life's goal to make a great Deadpool movie, and he did. And if you go back and watch the original Deadpool movie, it truly is a masterpiece of a movie.
It's amazing. I love it.
But there was even a point where the studio heads watched like the dailies or whatever, the film cuts and whatnot as the movie was being made, and they said, we don't like the movie, we're canceling it. So they canceled it. And Ryan Reynolds, somebody, all signs point towards it was Ryan Reynolds or somebody from his team, leaked test footage of the Deadpool movie on the internet, and it hyped up so many people that the studios had no choice but to greenlight it because they saw the fucking dollar signs. And that's why, to this day, that was in 2014. That was 2 years before the movie came out. So to this day, Ryan Reynolds has done everything he absolutely could to make sure Deadpool is what he is. He even had a lot of pushback with Marvel once it now was a Disney character with this new movie on certain things. He even said, like, their big thing was, we don't want any of the cocaine references in this one. And
there
so,
were so many cocaine references.
Well, in the first two, yeah, they even were doing cocaine, and they're like, we don't want any of the cocaine usage in the movie. So they just made all these jokes about cocaine in the movie because they're like, we can't do it, but we're gonna make all the jokes. You know what I mean? Like, I forget all the names for it. They came up with, like, do you want to build a snowman? Yes, but Kevin Feige said I couldn't.
There was one that said like white girl, something about a white girl. I just remember them saying it. I don't know. They were making a bunch of references to cocaine. It was hilarious.
There's so many, dude. And like the what's a movie about cocaine references? Dude, and like it was just a great movie. Like, it was just a fun movie. I don't know. I think it's gonna be harder to rewatch it because it's more of like a Easter egg like hunt more than anything. And so, like, once you've saw all the Easter eggs and whatnot, and you've listened to all the jokes, because it was nonstop just jokes and Easter eggs. So I don't think it's gonna have a great rewatchability like score, but it is one of those movies that you should go see once. You know, I think it crossed $1 billion this last day or two.
It's amazing. It's so
Right.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Bear.
It was a lot to take in. but it was fucking hilarious. I
It was
loved it.
long too. It was like 2.5 hours.
It was long. It was long. I'll give it that. But I gotta say, the only critique I would give it was that Ryan Reynolds needs to slow down with his talking a little bit. Like he was talking so fucking fast.
He's Canadian. That's what they do. They talk fast.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ! Like my captions couldn't even keep up, bro. Like the captions were having a problem keeping up.
So it was Ryan Reynolds who you had a hard time following, not Gambit, not Channing Tatum playing Gambit.
No, I understand perfectly. I live in Louisiana.
You live where Gambit lives. I forget. You work at Waffle House in Louisiana. You see that every day. You got to make that reference now to one of your customers. I haven't seen Sling Blade in a while, bro.
I love that fucking reference. That was so funny. And then at one point, when he was talking, he said that saying in Creole that means "let the good times roll." I forget how. If you ask Mom, she knows how to say it. But I was like, I know what that means. If Mom watched this movie, she would have known. She would have knew what he meant. Not a lot of people probably knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. It means "let the good times roll." It's a common saying down here in New Orleans.
Does that have something to do with the CCR? Rolling on the river. Let the good times roll. Isn't that a Bob Seger song?
Probably, but there's a way to say it in Creole. It's a different language.
Just wrong.
No.
Anything Creole, any saying in Creole is just wrong. It's just people saying it wrong.
It is not.
It's just a bunch of French people who refused to learn English, but had to because they live in the swamps and the storms were always trying to kill them. So they had to learn how to communicate with their surroundings.
Or it's Cajun, not Creole. It's technically Cajun.
Same shit.
Yeah, I googled it. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. That probably wouldn't go over very well.
Why does it start with an N?
It's just with an L. I don't know, man. Don't ask me. But yeah, it was a great movie. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't think it was gonna be that good.
I knew it was gonna be that good. It was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Like I didn't. I'm not gonna say I called what was going to happen, but it was just as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't want it to be good. It's just that I didn't have high hopes for it because I was like, what could they possibly do?
Go away, nobody cares.
Go away. Learn your fucking culture, dude. Laissez-les bon temps rouler.
Not my
Okay.
culture.
It is your culture.
Stop cussing at me.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that he said it in the movie, and I know Mom would have loved that if she saw that part. But I liked the guy who played Gambit in the Wolverine Origins. I liked him. Who was that guy? I don't know his name.
Oh, that's you ever see Savages?
Yes, I
That's
did.
that's the like the kind of the headstrong guy. The one
Yeah,
the headstrong boyfriend.
he was also in that movie called Battleship. That movie that had Rihanna in it about the aliens.
Mm-hmm. And he was in John Carter. He was like the next big thing there for like 5 seconds.
Guy.
And the problem is,
he had great acting.
Great actor. I forget his name. It's like Mason or something like that. But he's a great actor. But all those movies we listed were all bombs.
No.
Every single one of those movies. So that's why he doesn't have a career. That's why you haven't seen him in a long time.
Mm.
So
they did that to that guy from The Mummy. What was his
Brendan
name?
Fraser?
Yeah. Except The Mummy didn't bomb, but you hardly ever saw him in anything else.
Brendan Fraser was the A-lister at the time. What happened to him was he actually came out and talked about this like a year or two ago, that he was sexually assaulted by a gay like producer, and Brendan Fraser didn't necessarily say anything about it, but he wasn't cool about it, and since he didn't like suck the dude's dick or whatever, they all blacklisted him. Everybody. That's why you didn't see him for like a long time. He's only just now starting to get his career back. Yeah, he was Me Too'd. Like,
What the fuck?
mhm. Holly weird. Holly weird.
Now that makes me wonder: did all the other actors suck the dick?
Probably
The ones that didn't get blacklisted.
probably not every single actor, but like I'm sure there are some actors who did, you know.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude. I loved him, and he was hot too. But like his acting was great.
Oh, Brendan Fraser?
Yes,
You think he's hot?
yes. Well,
I'm
when he
about
was
to
younger,
ruin it for
not
you.
anymore. No, I've seen what he looks like now. I've seen it.
No, I'm
I've
about to
seen
ruin
it.
it. Don't he look like your dad?
What does my dad look like? Why don't you go ahead and tell me?
Oh yeah, you don't know. He looks like your dad, bro. He always has. Every different version of him.
That's fucked up,
Because I
dude.
remember your dad was like my age and had hair, and then I remember him being fat and ugly. You know what I mean? Like I saw all different versions of it. He looked like Brendan Fraser.
Damn. I think Jason
Made it
Bateman's
weird.
pretty hot too. Jason Bateman is fine as fuck.
That is just odd, dude. Like that's just fucking.
Jason Bateman is so fine. Like if I met him, I would like shake his hand and like have a conversation with him.
And he would be like, "Well, that's very cool."
He does act as the same character in everything he's in.
Yeah, well, most actors do. There's very few actors who can act.
There's very few
And
actors who have range.
yeah, well, I mean, if you're the same character every single time, are you even acting, or are you just being yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think range is the word for it. I
Which
think acting
I
is the word
know,
for it.
which is why I know me and him would be compatible because I like all his like every character he is. Like if that's who he is in real life, like me and him could be together. Hit me up.
You
Jason
never
Bateman.
watched Ozark though? How you don't even like his best fucking work ever was Ozark, and you don't even like it.
Really? That was his best work? Hmm. Interesting.
Did you ever see it? I know you
I
like gave up
watched
on
like
it.
a few. Yeah, I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and I was like, "This is so fucking boring."
It's build up. You
Yeah.
and your whole family are like this, by the way. You know how I'm just now getting most of the rest of the family to finish Breaking Bad.
Oh my god! You couldn't find a more boring movie to get me to watch. Like, not even movie, TV show.
Get the fuck out of here! That's the
You know
greatest
how
show
many?
ever.
You know, I've tried to watch that show like 5 times, and I fucking can't. And I fucking can't. And I'm just like,
Why? What is wrong? What is wrong with you? That's a problem for you. That's a
it's not
personal issue.
entertaining. It's not entertaining at
It
all
is.
to you. To you, and that's okay. We can have difference in opinion.
Okay, but you're wrong.
That's all right.
You're wrong. It
Um,
has perpetually been picked out and voted as the greatest show of all time. Still to this day, when the show hasn't even been on air in 11 years.
Who did the voting? Who's on that list?
Everyone feels this way.
I don't think so. I think Shameless was really good. Shameless was amazing.
Shameless had its moments, but I wouldn't say it's a good show overall. Like they really should have like ended it way sooner than they did. That show didn't need more than 5 seasons, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe it did, but they definitely didn't handle more than 5 seasons.
I loved it. I loved that show. I gotta watch that show again, bro. I love it.
Right up to the end, huh? I stopped watching shortly after Fiona left. I was like, this isn't gonna be the same show.
Yeah, no, I low key. I finished it because I had to see it, but I wasn't really paying attention at that point. You know, Fiona was the most interesting character, and she's so pretty. Oh my god, if I looked like her, bro, I'd
I
be
think they're
famous.
all pretty interesting. characters, I don't think she was the most. I didn't like how they handled her at the end. You know what I mean? Where like she was always like the most solid, and then she just like fell apart out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I don't, and then
Well,
like they made her go to jail and all that shit. Like it was kind of dumb.
yeah, it did get kind of dark there for a while. But then, that's like real life. That happens in real life. Like
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't
of
want to
grown
watch real life.
people.
I'm not interested in watching real life.
Damn.
I live it every day. Why do I want to watch it? Like, it's not interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. She's trained to sing opera. Emmy Rossum. She was in a movie called Phantom of the Opera, a
Oh, I
remake.
did know that actually. I did.
Yes.
I've seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you said a movie called Phantom of the Opera.
Well,
Like
because
that isn't like
there's more than one. There's more than one. It's a remake.
yeah, but that's like that's just like another one of those like movies that are like heavily regarded.
Yeah, I love it. I actually do like musicals. I love music. Not all music.
I'm not a big fan of them.
I'm gonna watch Grease tonight, bro. I love Grease. Grease is the word. I love that fucking movie.
I'm trying to think what
I
musical
loved High School
I like.
Musical. I loved Moulin Rouge. Okay, I love Phantom of the Opera.
Moulin Rouge was dope. I ain't gonna lie, Moulin Rouge was dope.
I hate when it's a bittersweet when they die because I really love movies where they fucking. I love movies when they do that, but I also hate it because I'm like, can't you just let her live one time? One time?
Moulin Rouge is just like French, or Louisiana, West Side Story. That's all it is.
I've never seen West Side Story actually.
You like musicals? You've never seen West Side Story? That's probably like the most famous musical.
I've never seen Hairspray. I've never seen there's one more that's very popular that I hadn't seen. What's it called? It was West Side Story and then Hairspray and
Did you ever see Rent?
no.
Check it out.
I didn't like Mamma Mia. I tried to watch. I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one.
I don't watch musical. You know what I do have an affinity for is romantic comedies. I can watch those all goddamn day, all day. Long. I don't know why. They're fun. They're funny to me.
I love reality TV.
I don't
love it.
I come from the reality TV era, so like I'm like partial to like old school reality TV, like what Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie's show. I forget what it's called now. Flavor of Love, fucking Jersey Shore. Like nowadays, reality TV ain't what it used to be. You know what I mean? Like it sucks now. Everybody, well, you want to watch the Real Housewives? No.
I like to watch reruns of Bad Girls Club.
What is that?
It's pretty much where they interview a bunch of girls. They take 10 girls and they put them in this giant ass mansion in like California, right? And they give them a bunch of money and they make them go out on the town. And sometimes they make them do like challenges and stuff. But it's really kind of to see like the last man standing kind of thing, because it's called Bad Girls Club because to win you have to be like the baddest of all the bad girls. They do have some rules.
And blue hair.
No, there's like fighting and like they like burn each other's clothes and like throw bleach on each other's clothes and shit. The thing is, they do have rules. You cannot start an altercation. If you throw a punch, you get kicked out. Like if you start the fight, you get kicked out. So a lot of girls will like entice another girl into hitting them to get them kicked out, because I think there's like a money to win. If you're the baddest girl there, you win some type of money. And they're also giving them money to like go out to clubs and like go have fun. And like, so some girls will like be friends and like team up and like, let's fuck those girls, and like we're gonna go to the club and like let's burn their club. I've seen them put like hot sauce in someone's orange juice, like all types of fucked up shit. And I like to watch it because like I don't really see a whole lot of the devious side to women because I didn't have sisters growing up. So I was interested to see, and it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up.
You don't see the devious side of women? I can tell you
Very
the
often.
devious side of women. I can give you an entire journal about it. An encyclopedia, actually.
I like that. And like I just like the shit talking too. Like I'm trying to get better at like my my comebacks, you know, I'm trying to be like quick with it, you know, so I've been watching more like Bad Girls Club. I watch Dance Moms. Have you ever seen Dance Moms? Love it. Love it. Oh my god. The thing is, if you don't know about Abby Lee Miller, bro, you're missing out. Okay. She was like one of the most well-known choreographers, dance teachers in California. She started out in Pittsburgh, started out as a small show in Pittsburgh. And a lot of these girls ended up being famous and like had their own movies and their own music and stuff like that. But it was funny because she ended up getting arrested for money laundering while the show was going on. So it was like a whole big thing. She ended up getting cancer, and she was like in a wheelchair in prison. But the thing was, if you could see this way, if you could see the way this bitch talked to those kids, she fucking deserved it. She got all her fucking karma, bro. It was insane.
Wild.
I loved it. And some of these dance moms are insane. Like some of these dance moms pull their kids out of school and put them in homeschooling so they have more time to dance, like go to dance class and make a career out of it. But these are people who are like spending, I don't know, a couple $1,000s to have their kids in that dance school. These are like for like middle class, wealthy people who can afford to have their kids in like very, very fancy dance classes.
That's weird.
It's not weird. It's great. It's a great TV show.
Weird.
Uh-huh.
Although one thing you did say, if you want to get better at coming up with like witty comebacks and things to say, is just listen to podcasts. And when somebody says something that you don't like or you disagree with, just immediately say the first thing that comes off the top of your mouth. And that way nobody's listening. There's somebody, whatever comes to the top of your head. That way nobody's there to actually hear you say whatever you're about to say, and you can just practice getting better at it.
I should.
Or you do it with TV too, so.
I should. I heard this lady on Dance Moms call this other lady a dingbat. What I mean, you know, it sounds like because the word
That's
dingy.
old school.
Yeah, because she was trying not to cuss, I guess, because they were in front of children. So she was like, "That's not what I said, dingbat. Listen to me." It was pretty funny. I'm gonna start using like weird insults. I used to call people like a shrub. You fucking shrub. Like you're not even like, you know, like it's just like an insult, but like a funny one, you know, not one that has to be like rude or vulgar.
Mm.
You ever called someone like a douche waffle or a douche pickle? Those are hilarious.
Wow, the kid. I don't really go for insults much. Like specific words or whatever. I usually, when I'm trying to like hurt somebody's feelings, I usually just come up with something oddly specific that I know is going to hurt their feelings about what's going on in their life. You know, like.
You know, I've been called a bitch a few times, but I really feel like I could show you a bitch. Like this was me being nice. Imagine if I was being rude. Jeez.
Yeah, I got called white trash the other day. I was like, okay, like, you think I don't know that? We're blocking traffic right now. Like, I can yell at you.
Right. Like you hopped out the car too. What's that make you, bitch?
Right, you hopped out of the car first. You just didn't think I was going to. Dude, the guy was so he got out of the car, I guess, because he thought I wasn't gonna get out of the car, and then I got out of the car and I was the same size as him. But the difference was he's like 20-ish. I'm a grown man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready at all.
right.
There are
Like,
some
fuck, he's
people.
got arm tattoos.
There are some people who just use their size to intimidate people. Like they'll think, "Oh, well, I'm this big. No one's gonna fight me. I don't need to know how to fight because I just look like I can fight." Until you meet someone who is your size that can fight, like you better be
Right.
careful.
That's my biggest thing is I can say whatever I want because I'm big and I can fight. Like, so I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid of anyone.
Yeah, it's really like shut up or fight me at this point.
Exactly.
Like, what are you gonna do? Exactly. I had these chocolate almonds earlier. They're fucking delicious.
I like almond. I like nuts.
I remember that about you. You're weird. They're so good and they're high in
Yeah,
protein too.
my baby mama used to like try to get me to eat all these different kinds of nuts because she just was one of those like health food people. And finally, I don't know. This was like 6 months into dating her. I was just like, I'm allergic to nuts. She's like, how come you never told me? I don't know. I didn't find it necessary. That way, she stopped asking me.
You said that? Oh,
Yeah, so still to this day, probably she thinks I'm allergic to nuts. So she's probably sending shit home with Jack with like crushed up peanuts in it, hoping I'll die. And she's like, "Why won't he die?"
that's fucked up. Oh my god.
You said what?
That's fucked up. Oh my god. Well, I mean, it was a good way to get her to stop.
She wouldn't stop. So I'm allergic. Like,
I'm just like when I don't eat pasta, I tell people straight up like I don't like the I'm not it's the texture, it's not the taste. I just don't like. For some reason, when you tell people it's the texture, not the taste, they seem to accept it a little bit more.
I don't. That's the exact opposite of what I'll do. I'll be like, "You're dumb. Eat this."
No, because pasta tastes good. Like the sauce is good. I just can't stand noodles. Like they're
Maybe
gross.
you should eat it al dente, like the way it's actually traditionally eaten.
I've tried. I've tried. And then like I can never get it al dente. It's
You
always
can take it
either
out early.
crunchy, too crunchy, or it's like soggy. And at that point I'm just like, I shouldn't have tried. I know I don't fuck with
Well, then get
noodles.
somebody go somewhere like a legit restaurant and be like, "Can I get it al dente?" They'll do
No,
it.
because why would I get some food that I like am trying to like when I can get some food that I fucking love? Like, there's no point. There's no point. I don't vibe
I
with
hate you.
pasta. Pasta don't
Hate
vibe
you
with
so much.
me. So we're gonna stay in our own fucking lanes, okay? The only reason I'm eating chicken is because it's good for me and I've accepted
You
it.
don't
It
like
doesn't
chicken?
no, I don't like baked or grilled chicken.
Oh, that's right, because you got that whole weird thing about chicken breast.
It's weird. It's weird. Like when you rip it, it does the. I was literally eating a chicken sandwich the other day, and like mid bite, I was like, "Oh my god, babe, you can have the sandwich. Like it tastes like chicken. I can't eat it. Please get away."
It tastes like chicken. You're the only
Like there's
person.
a point. There's a point.
Okay, so you don't eat chicken or pasta, and you want me to accept your answer on Breaking Bad?
Yes.
You have wrong opinions constantly. It sounds like.
I can have whatever opinions I
So you
want.
can't. You don't even eat fried chicken.
I do eat fried chicken. The skin is my favorite part. Always has been. The skin has always been my favorite
Chicken
part.
of fried chicken, or do you just eat the fried?
I will eat the chicken, but I really just want the fried.
Get some fucking pork rinds, bitch.
Straight up. That's why I go for like fried pickles or like onion rings or like mozzarella stick. I've tried to get away from like dairy. Actually, that's why I told you I switched to oat milk. Oat milk's fucking delicious. I love it. It's a little watery, but if you can get past just get the extra creamy version. It's really good.
I've
Which
tried
I
all
don't know.
the weird milks because of my ex. So like,
Bet you didn't try oat milk though. I
yeah, I
bet you
did. Yes.
you tried oat milk.
Mm-hmm.
Liar.
Oat milk, goat milk, silk, soy milk, or whatever.
Milk
All
is
the different kinds of fucking
disgusting.
milk, bro. Nut, fucking almond milk, all of it, bro.
Silk is
I
disgusting.
don't. But to be honest with you, I'm not hating on all those other milks per se. I'm not gonna say like fucking cow's milk or whatever the fuck you want to call it is superior. I don't like milk anyway. I don't like none of the milks. All of them suck. I don't drink milk. I drink regular milk, only like cow's milk, only with cookies and cereal. That's it. And then otherwise, it's a cooking utensil. I don't fuck with it. It's
I
gross.
fuck this milk so
It's
hard.
icky.
Man. I could
It's
drink a
icky.
gallon of milk in a day.
Why?
I
Why?
love it.
It's so gross. Think of the first person. This is a joke, long been told. But think of the first person who drank milk.
You know, it's pretty weird to think about. It's
I
pretty
agree.
yeah, it's pretty weird to think about. But
And-
people also used to think that tomatoes were poisonous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? Like we don't follow the rules just because the rules are there. Like the whole reason peppers are spicy is so that we won't eat them. And guess what? We eat them because they're spicy. We don't give a fuck. The
Now,
rules abide
You
by
want
us.
to get real weird with it though? Think not only think of the first person to have milk, but then think about the weirdo who came up with cheese.
Let's eat this curdled milk. Let's eat it.
Like somebody
Wow.
was some pervert was saving it in his basement. You know he was. You know it's a dude too. You know it's a guy. That wasn't no chick.
No.
Some dude who doesn't get laid. You know.
Jesus.
Ah. And then think of the guy who was like imagine the first person who called, guys, I gotta tell you about this cow. And then, you know, he explains it or whatever, and the dude's like, I got something to tell you about a goat, actually. I'm so glad we're having this conversation.
Jesus Christ.
I finally feel like I can confide in somebody. Confide? We're gonna tell the whole world.
People are weird, man.
Oh, shit.
People are weird.
Yeah, weird.
I'm still stuck on that guy who had a scythe in his truck. Where do you just get a scythe?
Why did he show it to you? Why did you know about it?
He didn't show it to me. He went in the parking lot and he like swung it around. I think he was trying to intimidate the guy. He was having a verbal like confrontation with the guy. Went and left. Like he checked out. He left. Was getting in the car. The crazy guy at the bar was like, I was like, "Are you ready to order?" He's like, "Yeah, let me go get something from my truck real quick." And then he went to his truck, like
Dude,
pulled out the
that
side
right there should have been a red flag. Let me go get something from my truck. We're closing the door, bro. Get down. Everybody get down behind the bar. Now, hands overhead. Hands overhead.
That's what I was saying. I was saying to lock the door. No one else believed me. Like, no one else was like, eh. Everyone else was like, I've been here 10 years. Like, I've seen worse.
Thank God.
Like, it's really hard to rile up people at Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was just the scythe.
And then he put the scythe back up and then pulled out a sword.
Dude, that's you know why, right? You know why he pulled out a scythe?
Why?
Because he's not allowed to buy guns. He went to the gun store and they're like, no, get out of here.
Probably. He was clearly on something, but he came back in and then I gave him his breakfast and I told him, thank you for blow drying our parking lot, or not blow drying, it was leaf blowing. We had a leaf blower. And then when the other guy finally pulled off in his car, because I think he was videoing it a little bit, like, look at this crazy guy with a sword. He finally pulled off and then the guy put the sword up, then he leaf blowered our parking lot and he came back in to drink his coffee. I was like, thank you for leaf blowing the parking lot. You know, hopefully he doesn't fucking kill me.
What would you have done if he pulled out an AR-15?
I had to take it off my uniform because I really don't want to die in that uniform.
That's not how you want to be found.
No.
Yeah, because that's like your haunting ghost avatar uniform, right?
Yeah, I don't want that as my haunting outfit.
In other news, Kamala Harris picked her running mate, Tim Walz, and nobody knows who the fuck this guy is. Other than he's the governor of Minnesota, and Minnesota is always in shambles. And it sucks there. Yeah, Do you have any closing comments, Ruby?
No, not really. No. Just, live your life. Be nice to people. Peace, love.
And check us out next week. We'll be here every Saturday. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
I'll see you later, Ruby.
Bye.